What's happening, guys? It's your boy Robert C coming back at you with another Paydirt video. This time we got Juneau, Alaska by GoNuggetSales.com. Now let's see it in the pan. Nice. Let me get everything together and I'll be back with you in a minute. Alright guys, so we're back, and as I said, this is Gold Paydirt, Juneau, Alaska by GoNuggetSales.com, and this is the fourth and final addition to their sample pack, which contains 1 gram of gold. Now we'll crack this open and see what we got. I did do a 3 gram bag of this. I believe it might be on my page. There we have it, guys. Dump this out. A little bit dusty. I got the fan going, so hopefully keep some of that dust out of. And we'll save this bag for a little later to squirt it out. See, as you can, oops, sorry guys. As you can see, we got some bigger stuff, some like beach sandy type material. No visible signs of gold, which I don't expect to see none, but anyway guys, let me get this all classified down and I'll bring you back in a few minutes. Alright guys, so we're back and we got this classified down into 3 different sizes. I could have went a little bit smaller with this one, but we're going to take our time with it and enjoy it. So let me get everything set up and get you flipped around, and I'll bring you back in a minute. Alright guys, so we're back, and as always, see, we got some fresh water this time. That last bag was pretty cloudy. Sprinkle a little jet dry in there, break the surface tension of the water so the small gold does not float away. And hopefully you got a good camera view. Now I could have checked this for magnetics, but you don't always have to do that. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you don't have to remove the magnetics or anything like that. That's totally up to you. Now if it's a bag with heavy magnetics, it does make it easier. Oh, hold on guys, what did I do with that? Hold on guys. Also, if you've seen the last video, you could always put a catch pan down in the bottom for all your tailings, just in case you miss anything. And even some of the most talented, experienced guys will miss something every now and then if they're trying to crunch time making a video or something. But this catch pan saved the day on the last video. So slow and steady, take your time. Remember guys, it's not about making a profit. It's about having a good time and trying to get a decent ROI, which is a return on investment. So we'll spin this back and see what we're working with here, guys. I could already start to see gold right up, peeking right up here. in the right corner. Usually that's the first spot you'll start to see it pop out of there. A little bit too much water. That one's for you, Travis. And just take your time, guys. Roll it back nice and slow. As I said in previous videos before, I try to use as little water as possible. I feel the gold doesn't move as much. If you have more water in there and you're sloshing around with this, the gold tends, at least for me, to move around a lot more. So that's why I like to use, give a little tap, walk the gold up to the top. That's why I like to use a little less water. But it's all by personal preference. And as you can see, guys, we got a couple pieces up in there. And like I said, guys, I like to get I try to get the gold as clean as possible before I suck it up in the snuffer bottle, because it just makes for easier cleanup at the end. You don't necessarily have to do that if you want to take your time and do a little bit more cleanup at the end, but I like to get as much of it done as I can and just take my time. If you take your time, no problem. But anyway, guys, let me I'll give you one more pan of this. We'll see what happens. See if we can get a little bit more in this one. Get your water in there, stratify it around, clean it off. Dump the murky water off. It's not too bad. Slightly murky, but this natural part of it, you're always going to get a little bit of murk, especially if it's dusty pay dirt. Super dry. There's a bunch of different methods I've seen people do on YouTube when they're panning. Some of them, like, you know, I just take it nice and slow. Guess for the, so I don't, you know, I feel like the slower you go, the less of a chance you'll have dishing off some gold. But whatever works for anybody. I could already start seeing gold up in the corners there. I think that's what I did the last video when I got to the bigger stuff. Because you have to give it a little bit more of a push to get it out of the pan, and had that little roly-poly just roll right out of there. It's a hot one today, guys. Hot one today. So we'll spin this back right here. See what we're working with. Another one for you, Travis. Starting to see some nice gold pop up at the top. Give it a little tap. You see the slow roll I'm doing, how both both water's going up both sides and kind of meeting in the middle, and that's what you're trying to accomplish. Once the water meets up at the top and it splashes up together, it seems to move that dirt and them black sands quite nicely to get them out of your way. And there we have it, folks. Second pan, got a little nice, a little bit more gold in there. But anyway, let me finish panning this out, and I'll bring you in when I'm in the tail ending. Hang tight. Alright guys, so we're back, and we're getting to the last little tail ending of the smaller classification. And this is what we're working with. So we'll get this sucked up in the snuffer bottle. Got one little tiny piece up there. And we'll just keep you guys on, and we'll do the last two. A little bit of water in there, stratified around. Let's get her all cleaned up. I'm gonna go a little bit slower this time. A little bit slower. Not too difficult of a pay dirt, guys. I think probably give it around the medium mark. If you took your time, if you were a beginner, you could probably have no problem with it. But make sure you use a catch pan, because you could always go back and pan it again. And I'll show you by what I mean. I'll show you what I mean by that when we get finished up here. Need a little bit more water in there. Dumped out too much. Now when you start spinning that back, you should be able to, it's like right up at the top, I could see the gold starting to poke through. I probably could use a little bit more water than that too. Tend to need a little bit more water for the bigger stones. You'd always dump off your tailings right here. Just keep your eye up on the gold that you see up top, that it doesn't move, because little roly-polies, as you know, can make their way out of the pan from even the best panners. Really got to take your time when you get down to this step, guys. See a nice little curly little piece of wiry gold right there. That's pretty cool. Pretty unique little piece, guys. And then you could use your finger to help you move some of the other rocks. But there we have it, guys. So we'll get this sucked up in the snuffer bottle. And we just got a few rocks in the last little classification. I did see gold in there. I did see two little pieces of gold in there. when I dumped it in the little bowl right there. We'll just give it a little rinse. We don't even have to get any rocks out of there because it's so little. Just spin that back, and you might even have to move these a little bit with your finger because some of them are pretty big, guys. And I see my two little nuggets that I seen right there. And that's pretty cool. So we'll get them sucked up in the snuffer bottle. And there we have it, guys. The gold's in there. So let me get this all cleaned up. I'll get the gold. I'll get this all cleaned up and I'll bring you in for a bottle dump before I dry it out. Hang tight, folks. Alright guys, so we're back and we got everything cleaned up. And here is our snuffer bottle. So, undo the top. Always look underneath just in case you have any little flakes or small gold underneath there. And then we'll go with our bottle dump. Rinse your bottle out. We'll do it with some clean water off to the side. Give it another little rinse since there was some finer gold in there. Give it a tap up to the top. Dump off the dirty water. We'll just get a little clean water in there just to give it one more little rinse there. It's not gold. And there we have it, folks. So let me get this all dried out. And I'll bring you back in a few and we'll get the final results on her. Hang tight. Alright guys, I wanted to bring you back in real quick to show you what I meant by catching all your tailings in the catch pan. So if you think you missed anything, just what happened to me like yesterday, or the other day when I made the last video, somehow a little nugget got out of the pan. So when you dump off all your water like that, there's all the tailings to that dirt, and then all you could do is sit there and with your catch pan do the same thing as you do with your bigger pan, and you can repan the whole thing. So basically you're just doing the same method, but it's going to be all the dirt. I use this pan for basically if you get like a big bucket of dirt. It's good for blowing through a lot of material. It has bigger riffles up top to catch the gold. But that's basically the method right there, guys. If you miss any gold, you could take your catch pan and repan it out that fast. Because most likely, if you do miss any, it's going to be minuscule. And then you get the concept, guys. You just roll it back. And if you missed anything, it'll be right up in there. But anyway, guys, let me get you spun back around and we'll get the weigh in. Alright guys, so we're back and we got everything dried out. And here is what we found, guys. Not too bad. Again guys, this is the last and final bag, number 4 of the variety pack sample. So the only thing left to do is let's fire up the scale and see how we did. Give that a second to settle as it likes to fluctuate a tad. $1.605. Not bad, and I'd say one of the best bags out of the 4. Again, it's Gold Paydirt, Juneau, Alaska, from goldnuggetsales.com. Go over there and check them out, and maybe get yourself a bag. Always had excellent results. Always had promising and over-the-top results. Between 165 and 170. Always had positive results. Mike's a great guy. He has a solid line of Paydirt. Most definitely, if you're interested in panning, go over there and check them out. I'll leave the link in the description. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.